Hello! So this is the part 3 of my contouring series. And today I want to talk to you about face shapes. Not about where the noses, eyes and lips are placed. Not about the features of the faces. It's a different subject. Only face shapes. Today I've studied tons of pictures of different faces. I examined every face from different viewpoints and from different angles. The more I looked on those different faces, the more I realized how different we are. To describe a certain face shape, I would have to describe each person on the planet Earth. I want to try and evaluate face shapes a bit differently. In the internet you can find loads of explanations about oval, heart-shaped faces, round faces, square, pear-shaped faces, triangle. I want to try today and describe it a little bit differently. So we would all look at the faces from a different viewpoint. Let's take oval face. It's the most common. What is oval? Now let's divide face into 3 equal parts. Now let's take 2 parts of this face and measure it, so that should be equal to the width of the face. Let's say 1, 2 and 3. So 2/3 is this, and I try to measure it like this. So if the face is wider than 2/3 of the length of your face, then it's a wider face. And then if it's narrower, we can call it slim face or long face. So everyone has one of those 3. Now let's get more precise. There's the bottom part, middle part and top part of the face, which is very different from person to person. And there's loads of combinations of those features that create that very unique face shape. So in the bottom we have jawline, there's these bones here, and chin. In the middle we have cheekbones right here. And on top we have forehead and hairline. And just because there's an infinite number of those combinations, we are so unique. But let's look closer to those parts. Bottom part, chin and jawline. So the chin can be pointed, or it can be rounded and go straight to the jawline. And there's loads of things in between. But they all go from very pointed ones to very rounded and almost flat ones. Jawline. Jawline can be square and prominent, or it can be almost absent, almost no jawline. So your chin basically goes straight to the cheekbone here. Can be loads of different shapes in between. Number 2, cheekbones. Cheekbones are the bones in your cheek area. They're here under your skin. They can be big and prominent, or they can be pretty flat. And number 3, forehead and hairline. Forehead can be narrow or wide comparing to the rest of your face. And hairline gives your face a certain contour on top. It can make your forehead look rounded or square. My hairline makes my forehead square, and some people, they have very low hairline, small forehead. So we all have this, all combinations. Knowing this, you can evaluate any face. I only talked about the face shape, about length and width, but our face is 3-dimensional. That means we also have depth. Some parts of our face come forward. How much do they come forward? There is another subject. So we can evaluate face shape not only looking straight, but looking a bit from a side and then examining the profile of the face. And by observing it, we can get even more information. If we turn our head to a side a little bit, we can see the shape of our cheek. First of all, we can really see the bone structure of our cheekbones. We can see the shape of the bridge of our nose, the lip shape. If we look at the profile, we can see the line of our jawline, if it's low or high, the shape of the nose, and the shape of the chin. You can pay attention on which part goes forward or back. The one that gets forward will catch more light. You can also consider this when you start contouring. Now let's talk about the cheekbones. So the cheekbones themselves can be more prominent or less prominent. And it has nothing to do with the face shape. That's a mistake that some people make sometimes. They think that if the person has rounded cheeks here, she has round face. This is not true. It's like Drew Barrymore. Many people say that she has round face, but it's not true. She has classic oval face shape, but she doesn't have prominent cheekbones. Her cheeks are rounded forward. You don't see the bones. You don't see the structure of the bones. You just see the cheeks. And then we have Kate Moss. Her face is pretty wide, but at the same time, she has very prominent cheekbones. And if she turns her head on the side a little bit, her face gets very slim just because of this bone structure. So it has nothing to do with the face shape. So if you have prominent cheekbone, then if the light is falling down on your face, you have that natural shadow under your cheekbone without any contouring. Then when you apply your foundation, the shadow can look a bit lighter because the foundation reflects light, so your face will look a little bit more flat. So with the contouring, we put this shadow back there. But some people just don't have this shadow naturally, with or without foundation. So they add this shadow with a darker cream or powder. Let's repeat, like we have 3 basic shapes: oval, wide, and long. Then we have those 3 parts of the faces, and we put our attention on chin, whether it's pointed or not, jawline, whether it's big or small. In the middle part, we pay attention on the cheekbones, are they big or small? And on the top, we pay attention on the forehead, if it's wide or narrow, and on the hairline, if it's rounded or if it's square. That's basically it. Then we look in the middle of the face and we pay attention on what kind of bone structure does the person have. Prominent cheekbones or not prominent cheekbones. And if the person has those prominent cheekbones, there are several places. Some people have their hollows under their cheekbones pretty low by their mouth. Some people have them higher. Some people can have them only by their ears, again, lower or higher. Some people have very interesting cheekbone shape. They have almost vertical line on the sides of their faces. And about my face shape, somebody says I have round face, heart-shaped face. My face is definitely wide. I have pointed chin. I almost have no jawline. I don't have any hollow under my cheekbones. But I still have pretty wide cheekbones here, you see? On a classic oval face, cheekbones finish somewhere here. And my cheekbones are wider. And I love it. And then my forehead, it's pretty same width as my middle part, so it's pretty wide, and then I have square shape on top. My personal opinion that beauty itself has nothing to do with face shape and even face proportions. This is another video that I'm preparing for you guys, so stay tuned. See you in part 4. Bye!